What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back. Um, Nerd stuff is one of my main interests in life. If you were to ask me what my main interests in life are, music would be number one. Nerd stuff, so that includes like superheroes, Star Wars, Star Trek, all that, all that stuff. Video games, right? That all factors into it, and then acting, like performance and stuff like that. Those would probably be my three main interests in life, like acting, music, and performance, music, and nerd stuff, which includes video games and all that stuff. So, obviously, I am going to continue the DC Universe podcast. So, here is episode 15. But before I start the episode, please subscribe, like, and share this video. And it would really help me out, and I would really appreciate it. So, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy any of my content, please subscribe and like and share the video and ring the notification bell while you're down there too, because it keeps you guys notified whenever I post a video to this channel, which happens a lot. So yeah, let's get started. So we are gonna start off. I have three topics today. So we're gonna start off with Sebastian Stan getting cast as Two-Face. I mean Harvey Dent. Perfect casting. Perfect casting. So I'm assuming most of y'all know who Sebastian Stan is, but Sebastian Stan plays Bucky, the Winter Soldier in the MCU. So, um, um, and he's a great actor overall. He was in I Tanya. He um he was in the Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson docu series, which is actually really good. Um, he's been in a lot of things that are really good, and he's a great actor. Um, but yeah, like this cast for the Batman 2 is like you got Scarlett Johansson, Robert Pattinson, Andy Serkis, Jeffrey Wright, Sebastian Stan. Like, I wonder if it's gonna get even more stacked. But like, bro, like, I'm very interested to see Matt Reeves' take on Two Face. I mean, on Harvey Dent. They didn't say he's becoming Two Face. They said he's playing Harvey Dent. So I like, um, but like, this is why I like that James Gunn's okay with doing Elseworld movies along with the DC universe. Because keep in mind, guys, and I'm gonna keep saying this: Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson's Bat universe is on, it's on its own, right? It's on its own. It's on its own world. It's on its own wavelength, uh, and that's why I like doing stuff like this, because you get, like, by the time we get DCU Batman and James Gunn's DCU, we're gonna have two different versions of Batman that are very different from each other. So I'm very interested to see Matt Reeves' take on on his version of Harvey Dent and stuff like that, and yeah, um and I think if I've heard multiple rumors for the Scarlett Johansson thing. I've heard she's playing Andrea Belmont, Phantasm. I've heard she's playing Gilda Dent, which would make sense if Sebastian Stan is Harvey Dent, right? I've heard she could be playing another character, but um, right now I'm leaning more towards Gilda Dent than anything, because you have Harvey Dent and um, you have Harvey Dent confirmed by Variety and Deadline and stuff like that Sebastian Stan is playing here. So yeah, like for me, this really excites me. Like, Um, and Batman Part 2 and Superman Man of Tomorrow are both filming in April. So we should get more and more castings for each of these movies as it gets closer. Even though they're in separate universes, they're both made by DC. So, um, right. But yeah. So my thoughts on Sebastian Stan as Harvey Dent. Great casting. Great casting. Can't wait to see what he does with the role. Um, and yeah. Topic number 2. Okay. Oh yeah, and please leave your thoughts in the comments below on what do you think about Sebastian Stan playing Harvey Dent. Do you think it will be do you think it's a good idea, bad idea? Just be respectful in the comments, right? Um, and stuff like that. I say this all the time. If you respect my opinion and other people's opinion, I respect your opinion, right? And yeah, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, so that's topic number 1. Topic number 2, James Gunn confirmed that Mr. Miracle, the animated series, is set in the DCU. So if you don't know who Mr. Miracle is, Mr. Miracle is a new god. Now, if that term sounds familiar, Darkseid is also a new god. And I haven't read the comic book that this series is based off of, but it's being showran by Tom King, who um is also he Tom King has a lot to do in this DC universe already, right? He's helping writing, or he helped write Lanterns, which we're getting this year. He wrote he wrote the book version of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which the Supergirl movie's based off of. And now he's show running and executive producing this TV series. I've heard great things about this book. Like, I've heard some people that I follow that are in the nerd space say that this is one of the best comic books of all time. From what I've heard, it's they take the cosmicness of New Gods and they turn it into a family drama, because if you don't know, like, Mr. Miracle is a guy named Scott Free, and he was and he can he can get himself out of any lock, right? He's like the universe's best locksmith, right? And he's also married to a character named Big Barda. Now, James Gunn also said that they are casting for Darkseid in the DCU now. And I want to make this point that James Gunn made. So, James Gunn said a long time ago that if it's set in the DCU, whoever the actor is to play the character in the movies will also play the character in television and live action television, animation, animated movies, and video games. So that's what I really, really like, because when it's set in this universe, the DC universe that James Gunn is building with Superman, Supergirl, Peacemaker, Creature Commandos, they will all be connected. And if he does video games in this universe, well, he wants to, because he said that, then he gets the same actor. So if we get a Superman game in the DC universe, David Cornsweet will play Superman, right? Which I find really, really cool. So yeah. What do I think of the Mr. Miracle series being confirmed canon for the DC universe? I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I think it's cool what James Gunn's doing. You guys know how much I loved Superman. and stuff like that. And I love Superman. Supergirl and Clayface are probably my number 2 and number 3 most anticipated. My top 4 most anticipated movies are definitely in are my 4 most anticipated movies for this year are Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, um, Clayface. I'm really excited for Clayface because it takes place in in the new DC Universe version of Gotham, which in live action, because we've seen it in animation before, but I'm really excited to see it in live action, right? So my 4 most anticipated movies are Avengers Doomsday, Clayface, Spider-Man probably, and then Supergirl. Um, and I'm wickedly excited for all of these movies. And I'm also really excited for Lanterns as well. But like I love how diverse the DC landscape is getting. Like um you have you have cosmic this would be a cosmic series taking place mainly on Apocalypse, I'm assuming, right? I haven't read the comic book, so I don't know, right? But like this would be a cosmic series, right? Um, in animation too, which judging by DC Studios' first animation project, which I loved. I can't wait for season 2 of that. I will probably really really like this show, right? Um, and stuff like that. There's only been one Tom King thing that I haven't liked, and that has been his Batman run. I didn't like his Batman run. Keep him far away from Batman. But um, other than that, I've liked everything else that he's done. I've liked what he's done with Superman. I've liked what he's done with Flash. I liked what he's done with Supergirl, right? And stuff like that. But yeah, so I am stoked for this Mr. Miracle series being confirmed canon. I'm just curious now who they're gonna get to play Darkseid. I actually think this is out of left field, but I didn't expect to do a Darkseid fan casting. But here we go. I think Christopher Judge or Vin Diesel would be a great Darkseid. Like either one of those two would be a great Darkseid, because Darkseid you need the voice. Omega, I will use the Omega beam to or I will find the anti-life equation, right? Like you need a great voice to be Darkseid, along with a lot of other things. But I think one of those two would be a great Darkseid. Um, but yeah. And topic number 3. Um, I want to talk about Wonder Woman. Um, so Wonder Woman's rumored to show up in Man of Tomorrow, right? And there's been a crap ton of fan castings. Melissa Barrera has been fan casted. Melissa Benoist has been fan. If you don't know who Melissa Benoist is, she's from Glee, but she also played Supergirl on Supergirl, so she's in the DC landscape already, right? Who else has been rumored? The actress who played Mary Marvel has been rumored for Wonder Woman. Um, it- uh, Adriana Ojona has been, I hope I pronounced that right, has been rumored. The lady who played Vix on Andor has been rumored. A Greek actress has been the lady who played Cassandra in Assassin's Creed Odyssey has been rumored for Wonder Woman. There's been a lot of Wonder Woman talk on the internet, and that it's all rumors, dude. But I think Wonder Woman showing up is a possibility in Man of Tomorrow, and here's why. Because we know now that Brainiac is the main villain of Man of Tomorrow because he was just cast before Christmas with Lars Eidinger, right? And then so we know he's the main villain. We know that Lex and Clark are gonna have to team up, and there's gonna have to be more people than just Lex and Clark fighting Brainiac, right? So, and who would help with that? Wonder Woman. Now, I've heard rumors about Batman too, but Batman, they've said, will be mentioned. Like, you will hear mentions of what Bruce has been doing as Batman. And then, but Batman probably won't be in this movie, but we'll see. But Wonder Woman makes sense to be in Superman. In Man of Tomorrow, because of the threat level and stuff like that, and it's the same thing why I think Batman's gonna get introduced before his own movie, because if you introduce them before their own movie, we get a teaser of what they could be. Like, also though, you could just say, this is Wonder Woman, you're getting it in 2028, and this is Batman, you're getting it, Batman, our version of Batman, you're getting it in 2028. Here, you're welcome. But I also do think that that Quark and Lex are going to need help taking down Brainiac and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be shocked if Wonder Woman's in Man of Tomorrow. And yeah, so who would I want to play Wonder Woman? Out of all the actresses that have been rumored, I think my favorite out of them is either. I think my favorite out of them is Melissa Barrera. I really liked Melissa Barrera in Scream. I haven't watched it yet, but she's doing a new. She just did a new series with Simu Liu, called the Copenhagen Test, and I'm going to watch that and probably review it on the channel because I've heard great things about that. She was in a great movie called Annabelle, which was a really, really good movie. And as I've said, like, for me, whenever you get to play a character, you guys know how important being a role model is to myself on both of my channels, right? When you get to play a character, when you get to play a character like a Batman, like a Elsa from Frozen, like a Jedi, like a Luke Skywalker, like a Batman, like a Spider-Man, like, you gotta be a good person. And Melissa Barrera, I haven't met the woman, but Melissa Barrera to me seems like a good person. Like, all of the actresses that have been rumored seem like good people to me because I've watched them in interviews. I haven't met them as people, so I can't speak to that. But they seem like good people to me. And I think you need that if you're going to play a role that little girls and little boys and people overall can look up to, right? And that's just my opinion. But like, one of the goals that I take very seriously, and I do this for fun, but I also work my butt off on my videos, dude. I really, really work my butt off on my videos, but I do this for fun. But I also understand the calling and the great honor it is to have a YouTube channel and to be a role model and stuff like that. So that is why I think that anybody that gets the opportunity to play a big character, I don't care um, who, where, what you are, um, doesn't mean you gotta be perfect. I'm not saying that, but it means you gotta act like a good person, right? And again, doesn't mean you gotta be perfect. Like every one of us has moments, but um, it means that you mainly gotta be a role model and or you gotta act like a role model and stuff like that. And again, doesn't mean you gotta be perfect. Like nobody's perfect, dude. I've made mistakes in my life. Everybody watching this video has made mistakes in their life, but and yeah, so yeah, in terms of who I would want to play Wonder Woman, it would either be my top three would be Barrera, Arjona, or um, the lady who played Cassandra in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That would be my top three. But whoever James Gunn picks, or whoever directs the movie, if it's James Gunn, well, if it's in Man of Tomorrow, James Gunn will pick the actress, right? Um, I I'm fine with that, right? Because I trust James Gunn's casting. We should all trust James Gunn's casting because of all the great things that he's cast. But yeah, so for me, that is another wrap on DC Universe podcast episode 15. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have a great day. And God bless you guys.